everyone, it's Mona here at Klatch, and today is Friday. That means it's another Coaster Friday. Today we're going to do some crystal ball coasters, and they're going to light up. I have mixed a couple ounces of resin, and now I'm going to add some glamour dust, which is just a very fine glitter. You don't need too much. Now I'm going to just pour about an ounce in each. Then I'll pop the bubbles and let it cure. And then we'll come back, and I use the Easy Cast for this. First layer of our coasters has set, so we can pop these guys right on out. This will be the base for our crystal ball coasters, so there's going to be 2 of them. So the first one's going to just be a plain one, and the second one is going to be one with an image that you might expect to see if you were gazing into a crystal ball. So I picked an image, and I'm going to cut it out using my circle cutter, and I did this on transparency film. Here's the image, and it's the image of a witch. Some of you might remember the video where I did the witch makeup tutorial. That's me right there. So I will have that linked so you can find it in case you want to see it. And I'm not putting any type of a white background on there because I want it to be sort of mystical and not solid, because that's what I expect that you would see in a crystal ball. So I'm going to mix 2 ounces of the Easy Cast. I'm working on the parchment paper, and I'm going to take some more of the glamour dust, which is that fine, fine glitter, and I'm going to pour it on here. I'll just let it spread out. Now this one's going to be a little bit more of a challenge since I'm not working within the mold for me to put my transparency in. I have not done it this way. The whole point is to try not to have it overflow the edges. And I think I'll need less than an ounce each. Probably half an ounce each will probably work. I think that's probably good enough for her, for me to be able to slide it in. I have a feeling this guy might overflow when I press it down. For the witch coaster, I have about 1 ounce of the Easy Cast, and I have my witch image on the transparency film. Now before I put it in, I'm going to pop the bubbles with my lighter, slide it in, and then press it down with my stir stick. We're going to let that cure a minimum of 12 hours before we take it out. Just make sure you get all the bubbles out from underneath. Then you want to pop the bubbles again, and then just let it sit a minimum of 12 hours. Then all you have to do is pop the bubbles with your lighter and let these cure a minimum of 12 hours. We have our 2 coasters, and who's going to know that these are supposed to be crystal balls unless we put it in a stand? So we need to make a stand. So very much like we did for the fishbowl stand way back when, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use some concrete and create stands. Now I'm going to cover both of these in plastic wrap just to keep them clean and to protect them. I've covered a tray with aluminum foil. That's what I'm going to be working on. That way, while it's curing, I can move it out of my way. So follow the directions on whatever product you're using. This happens to be a 1:4 ratio. Once you have it mixed, now you can start to shape it. Now I have these LED party lights, and I've wrapped them in the saran wrap as well. We're going to light up these coasters. So when you get a ball of the Shapecrete out here, go like that and kind of create whatever shape you want for a stand. And remember, it has to be deeper than your light. And I'm going to take the light and press it down in there. And then I'm going to take this and press it down as well. You'll know whether you get that light in there far enough or not. And this doesn't need to go in that far, just enough so it will stand. So manipulate it as you need, and make sure your coaster is standing. And then just let it dry. So these are not fully dry yet, but they're coming along. I have a light that's stuck on in there, so I can pull these out of their wrappers. So those pulled out fine. I can't get the lights out, so we're going to have to address that. And I know roughly where the lights are, so what I'm going to do is, this stuff has not fully cured yet. It's been drying overnight. And I'm going to take my Dremel tool, and I have a drill bit on here, nothing too big, and I'm going to drill a little hole. Alright, with just a little bit of work, I got this guy out. And you can clean up around it a little more if you think you need to. And it's really great to do it now because it's still soft enough. So now I can get this in there no problem and pop it out no problem. Here are the bases, and you can see where the holes are for the little lights. You can paint them black or whatever you wanted to do. Stick those in there, just like that. And then I have the clear one. The way I have the camera positioned, you're kind of looking down at the light, but if you were looking at it more straight, it would have a glow like this. Do the same with this one. And that would be cool on a side table, particularly on Halloween. And I put a little bit of a white background on this one just to give it a little bit more of a solid look, so we could see what that would look like. So that's what they look like with the lights off. They'd be a fun Halloween decoration, like on a side table in a living room when you have a Halloween party. Be sure to let me know what you think of the crystal ball coasters in the comments below. You know I'd love to hear what you think. I promise the fishbowl's coming back soon. I have a couple other things that I have in the works, so they will be back, don't worry. So we'll have plenty of time to add fishbowl stuff for the holidays. So remember to subscribe while you're here so you don't miss a thing, and I will see you next time. Remember, life is too short not to shimmer, so grab your glue gun and your glitter. Stay safe.